Hello, everybody. Tropical Storm Francine continues to gain strength and move eastward. We're talking about that. Plus, an Escambia County animal shelter is very overcrowded. Plus, why tonight's presidential debate could be crucial for both candidates.
This is News 5 Now, streaming live to your neighborhood and around the world.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to News 5 Now. I am Devin Walsh. Glad to be with you. Just wrapped up the 5 o'clock show. And of course, we talked all about Tropical Storm Francine, which is expected to become a hurricane later tonight. So throughout this live broadcast online, we'll update you on school closings and what is expected with this storm. So we want you to stay with us. Also, we're going to be reading your comments about our question of the day and reveal the answers to our poll of the day. So stay tuned. Let's get to our big stories right now. Starting with number 5. Former President Donald Trump and current Vice President Kamala Harris will be in the hot seats tonight as the second presidential debate takes place in Philadelphia. Tonight's debate, it is a big deal for both sides because Pennsylvania is a swing state. Pennsylvania is the most populous of those swing states and carries the most weight with 19 electoral votes. Early voting kicks off there next week. The latest polling there shows a dead heat between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. In fact, less than a point. We will have a live stream of the debate on the front page of our website, WKRG.com. I know that I will be watching. Hopefully you will too. Number 4. The Escambia County Animal Shelter is dealing with heavy overcrowding. Look at those little baby faces. The shelter has 120 kennels and is currently housing about 189 dogs. Shelter administration says they think that the economy has an impact on adoptions because people don't think they can afford a pet. Pets are expensive if you have one. Although they're seeing an increase in dogs, they say that cat adoption numbers are up, so that's good. The shelter is looking for volunteers and fosters. So if you can't adopt, maybe you can just help them foster a dog. You can reach out to the shelter if you are interested. Number 3, state and local leaders will meet in Gulf Shores at the end of the week for a grand reopening of the pier at Gulf State Park. The ceremony is set for Friday at 10 a.m. The weather looks good for that. The pier reopened to visitors last month after a nearly $14 million renovation following Hurricane Sally. You'll remember repairs to the pier began in November, more than 3 years after the structure was damaged by the hurricane. All right, number 2, this should be our biggest story of the day. Our News 5 First Alert Storm Team is continuing to track Tropical Storm Francine, which is continuing to shift slightly east with every update. Part of the News 5 coverage area is under a tropical storm warning. Our meteorologists say we can expect to see impacts like rain, rough surf, storm surge, coastal flooding, gusty winds, and a tornado threat. Francine is expected to turn into a strong Category 1 hurricane by the time it makes landfall tomorrow. And our number 1 story, it is related to Tropical Storm Francine. Many schools in our area have announced scheduled changes for tomorrow. Schools are closed if you go to Catholic schools in Mobile and Baldwin counties. That's just Catholic schools. George County, Mississippi schools, as well as Pascagoula-Goshen, Mississippi public schools are also closed. Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College announced that their campus is closed tomorrow as well. This is important. Mobile and Baldwin County public schools will remain open tomorrow, but all after-school activities have been canceled. Now, we have a story on the front page of our website, WKRG.com. All of the local school systems are monitoring the storm very closely, and of course, we will keep you updated. So if you have any questions about your school, go to WKRG.com. And that is a look at the big stories at this hour. Okay, now it is time to turn to our question of the day. This is when we like to read your comments. So this is the question that we asked you. All right. Imagine that an NFL team is coming to Mobile. What should the city name it? Okay, so let's get right to your comments. And I am going to scroll down on our Facebook page and read your comments. Oh boy, Melvin, he's being a negative Nancy over here. Doesn't matter what you call him, they'd pack it up and move to a much deserving city in 3 years. Tony says, always love the name Mobile Mystics. I know it's for the hockey team that left. The dragon logo and the name that matched the city really stuck with me. I agree. I thought that was a really cool name too, Tony. Brent, again, womp womp. He says, just like every other team, it doesn't get support. All right, Whitney, Alabama can't have a pro team because then Jacksonville and Cleveland would want one. Joe says, let's go to Brian. Brian says, oh my gosh, Brian, the first 48ers. So that's, ooh, little sarcastic. Garland, the Dollar Generals. Oh boy. Michael, the Leprechauns. And Jonathan says, the Mobile Yellowhammer. So some pretty funny comments. I am going to go with the Mobile Mystics. That's my favorite one so far. But we love to hear what you have to say. So if you want to keep going on this one, you can definitely go to WKRG.com and comment. Okay, now we also ask you a question. Every single day we post a poll, and all you have to do is push yes or no. And here was our poll question. Do you plan to watch tonight's debate? And here's how you voted. 56% said, yes, I am going to be watching that debate. 43% of you said no. So, looks like more of you are going to watch than are not going to watch. And of course, remember, we will have a full wrap-up of the debate on WKRG News 5 at 10 o'clock and WKRG.com. All right, so it's time now to tell you about our question of the day that you can comment on, that we will be reading your comments tomorrow. And it is a very serious question. What is the best way to curb school shootings? And you can go to WKRG.com or the WKRG Facebook page and comment on that. Also, if you would like to participate in our poll, our next Facebook poll reads, should middle school students need parental supervision to attend high school football games? So that is happening over there in Baldwin County, as we reported, Gulf Shores and Daphne. There's also one more school over in Baldwin County that is asking parents, if you have a child in 8th grade or younger, you need to sign them in or sign in your child's friends. So a lot of people have been commenting on that, saying they don't want to go to the game with their kids. And then some other people saying, yes, they think it's fine. The parents should go to high school football games with a child who's about 13 years old or younger. What do you think? Go ahead and vote in our poll. Well, that is going to do it for News 5 now, but be sure to tune in to WKRG News 5 at 6 o'clock. Ed Bloodsworth is monitoring the track of Francine very closely. Once again, it's still a tropical storm, but it will become a hurricane later tonight, and it's expected to make landfall in Louisiana. That doesn't mean we're not going to feel the effects. So we want you to follow the forecast very closely. Also, be sure to tune in tonight for WKRG News 5 at 10 o'clock. I'm Devin Walsh. Thanks so much for joining me for News 5 Now, and I'll see you tomorrow on WKRG News 5 at 9 a.m. Have a good night, everyone.